And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park. Horses are coming onto the track for today's first qualifier. So once again, we welcome you in on this April 13th, 2026. Today we have 6 qualifying races to go forward. As mentioned, the first is out on the track. They'll be heading to the gate in just a couple of minutes. 6 qualifiers today on a rainy start to the week on this Monday morning. Definitely a lot warmer, though, than we've been experiencing. See how the track is playing as we get rolling along. So all 9 that are listed to go are now out on the track. Our final horse just coming up the backstretch, and we'll join the others there in a moment to line up. Some driver changes to pass along. One, Liza's Shadow, will be driven now by Tyler Jones. Brady Galliers drives the 4, Monte Amore, and Daryl Thiessen will drive 7, to Cattle Dog. Field of 9 3-year-old pacers lining up. 1 is Liza's Shadow with Tyler Jones. 2, McPrincess, James McDonald. 3, Miss Party Girl, Chris Matthews. 4, Monte Amore, Brady Galliers. The 5 is Adina Hanover, Bob McClure. 6 is Aunt Gertrude, Anthony Hahn. 7, to Cattle Dog, Daryl Thiessen. 8 is North 6 with Mark McDonald. And 9 is Tremonto with Billy Davis. So there you have it, a field of 9 lined up for the first, starting gate to the top of the stretch. Off stride at the start was the 4, Monte Amore. The others are off and pacing. From the outside, Tremonto is trying to sweep out to the early lead. The Cattle Dog got off the wings nicely. Down the center was Aunt Gertrude into 3rd. North 6 is able to go into the upper half of this group, landing in 4th in front of Adina Hanover, going back to McPrincess, followed then by Miss Party Girl. On that one, is Liza Shadow, and resetting Monty Amore, who made the break at the start and will look to catch up. Opening quarter pops up in 30-3, and it was the outside starter that got out to the top. This is Tremonto, a 3-year-old gelded son of Shadow Play, swinging away up front, leading by nearly 3. Racing in second is the Cattle Dog. Tracking that rival is going to be Aunt Gertrude in third. A couple lengths into North 6 in fourth, who is being followed up the backstretch by Adina Hanover. McPrincess on that one's back. 2 lengths back to Miss Party Girl, who's followed closely by Live Shadow, and then Monty Amore, the trailer, about 12-13 lengths off the lead. Still single file coming up to the half. 30-3 opener, the half in 102 over the off-going. The leader continues to be Tremonto. A couple taps here for this one, driving onto the far turn. The Cattle Dog in second. Aunt Gertrude third is coming off the rail now. North 6 will maybe look to follow. Aunt Gertrude, though, certainly gets it into gear and is quickly pressing up after the lead. Back in fifth is Adina Hanover. McPrincess, 3 more lengths back to Miss Party Girl, and the final pair continue to be Liza Shadow and Monty Amore. 3/4 was 131-2. Aunt Gertrude presses on the outside and looks to overtake on Tremonto. Now driving up into third, that is going to be North 6. Adina Hanover up on the outside. Rail is to Cattle Dog. Behind horses McPrincess. Good battle in the final 8th here. Not going away was our early leader Tremonto, but Aunt Gertrude took the lead at the top of the stretch, leads it by a length and a half at the edge of the tote board, and it's Aunt Gertrude to win it. Finishing second was Tremonto. North 6 was third, and across the wire fourth was Adina Hanover. The mile time, 1:59-3. Horses lining up for qualifier number 2. Scratch the 1, 2, and 6. So we start with number 3, Iced, driven by J.R. Plant. 4, Stormont Shanley Boy, Tyler Jones. 5, Stormont Green Boy, Trevor Henry. 7, Green Arrow Hanover, Bob McClure. And 8, Kennedy Hanover, James McDonald. Field of 5 3-year-old trotters. Here they come for the second. They're off and trotting. A good beginning here. First call goes to Stormont Green Boy. Between horses, that is Stormont Shanley Boy. At the rail was Iced. Here on the outside, Kennedy Hanover working up. Looking to get ahead of one is Green Arrow Hanover, who slots into 4th. Into the first turn, and we'll sort things out here with Stormont Shanley Boy just continuing to trot ahead. That one ends up being our leader, while second is Stormont Green Boy. Green Arrow Hanover, who quickly got over to the rail, ends up 3rd. Kennedy Hanover takes back and settles in 4th, a length and a half better than Ice to his 5th. 31 and 4 was the opening quarter. Trotters move to the backstretch. A 2-length leader here is a muscle mass 3-year-old in Stormont Shanley Boy. Leads it for Tyler Jones. A move now in this second split from Green Arrow Hanover, and McClure gives this one the cue to go, and it's a quick march up to the top. So Green Arrow Hanover, 3-year-old son of Green Shoe, goes 3rd to 1st here, ahead of the half. Puts Stormont Shanley Boy into 2nd. 2.5 lengths back to Stormont Green Boy in 3rd, followed by Kennedy Hanover in 4th, and on that one's helmet is Iced in 5th. 102 and 1 was the half. So we got that lead change up the backstretch from Green Arrow Hanover. Green Arrow Hanover onto the far turn, leading it by 2.5 lengths. Stormont Shanley Boy trying to keep up to the leader as they're halfway around that far turn, and trotting well is Green Arrow Hanover. So Stormont Shanley Boy 2nd. Now moving is Iced from 5th up to 3rd. Stormont Green Boy now into 4th, and Kennedy Hanover comes off the rail. 1:31 was the 3-quarter time, so that was 28 and 4 in the 3rd quarter, and Green Arrow Hanover powers into the stretch, leading it by 3. In 2nd, Stormont Shanley Boy. Iced is 3rd. Kennedy Hanover on the outside now looking to advance into 4th from Stormont Green Boy 5th. But Green Arrow Hanover, 2nd qualifier of the 3-year-old campaign. And once again, it's another winning effort. Green Arrow Hanover takes it. Finishing in 2nd was Stormont Shanley Boy. Iced was 3rd. Kennedy Hanover 4th. And Stormont Green Boy 5th. 2 minutes and 2/5. Starter calls the horses in for the third qualifier, 3 and 4-year-old Pacers. A field of 9, no changes. 1 is One for My Baby with James McDonald. 2, Philly Stranger, Tyler Jones. 3, Overbet, Daryl Thiessen. 4 is Rowdy Patrick, J.R. Plant. 5 is Spare with Billy Davis. The 6, D.A. Let's Dance, Chris Matthews. 7 is Wicked Wanks, Darcy Clancy. 8 is Illicit Behavior, Bob McClure. And 9 is Caviart Seacrest, Trevor Henry. Gate moves into the stretch, a field of 9 for the third. Here they come. And the rough end pacing. It's Spare quickly away from the middle. Inside, though, Philly Stranger a tad bit quicker. Also between horses is D.A. Let's Dance, and there's Caviart Seacrest coming up on the outside. Rail Starter One for My Baby gets away in 5th. Then back to Wicked Wanks, followed by Rowdy Patrick. To that one's wheels, Illicit Behavior, and the trailer is Overbet. Heading to the opening quarter, and Tyler Jones sent Philly Stranger out to the lead, and it's a 6th-length advantage at an opening quarter of 27 and 4. So Philly Stranger leads us into the backstretch, well clear. In second, that is going to be D.A. Let's Dance. Then third in line, Caviart Seacrest. Fourth up the backstretch is Spare. Going back then to One for My Baby in 5th. Another few lengths to Wicked Wanks. 2 more lengths then to Illicit Behavior. Second from the back is Rowdy Patrick, and the trailer is Overbet. Philly Stranger, though, all alone up front. Getting steppy there in second was D.A. Let's Dance. That forces rivals wide, as that one is on and off the pace. 57 and 2 was the half. It's Philly's Stranger who was all alone in that opening half mile, but they're starting to get a little bit closer now. So it's Philly's Stranger onto the far turn. Caviart Seacrest, the 4-year-old, only 4 lengths away now second. Followed on the back of that one by Spare. Right behind that rival is One for My Baby. Then going to Wicked Wanks, back to Illicit Behavior. A few more lengths to Overbet. Then to Rowdy Patrick, and dropping back was D.A. Let's Dance. 126 and 4 for 3 quarters. The Pacers hit the top of the stretch. Philly Strangers let it since the word go. Here comes Caviart Seacrest, though, and that one's roaring up on the outside looking to take the lead. So Caviart Seacrest overtakes Philly Stranger. Battle on for third. It's Spare. One for My Baby. Outside Wicked Wanks. Back to Illicit Behavior. And on the far outside is Overbet. Coming into the final 16th. And Caviart Seacrest leads it by a length. Philly Stranger hangs in there. Caviart Seacrest will take it. Caviart Seacrest from Philly Stranger. Finishing in third was Overbet. Up for fourth was Wicked Wanks in 156 and 2. Gate rolling for the fourth qualifier. A field of 9. H.P. Shefford the 1 with Louis Waugh. Kanagami Bellini the 2 with James McDonald. 3, Miss Mass Appeal, Chris Matthews. 4, White Blonde Hanover, Travis Henry. 5, Emmy Laurel, Mark McDonald. 6, Calix, Bob McClure. 7, Martini at Midnight, Luke Blay. 8, Stormont, Fried Boy, Trevor Henry. And the 9, My Mischievous Doug, Carter Gimlet. So they're off and trotting here in qualifier number 4 and heading out to the lead. This is going to be Miss Mass Appeal. Getting away in second was Calix. Trotting up into third was M.E. Laurel. Into fourth, Martini at Midnight. That one will land in front of Kanagami Bellini, who got away in fourth off stride. That's going to be Martini at Midnight, who makes a miscue. Then we're going back to Miss Mass Appeal, followed by Stormont Fried Boy, then to H.P. Shefford, followed by White Blonde Hanover, then back to Mischievous Doug, and the last one is going to be Martini at Midnight, who made that break. So Miss Mass Appeal does lead it off a 30-2 opening quarter, and they're quite gapped out here. Moving up the backstretch, trotting in second is Calix, and next in line is Emmy Laurel in third. Well back to Kanagami Bellini in fourth, who is followed fifth by Stormont Fried Boy. 6 past the half was H.P. Shefford. On that one's back is White Blonde Hanover. And then we go back to My Mischievous Doug, and resetting after the first turn break in the trailer, though, continues to be Martini at Midnight. 1 minute and 4/5 was the half-mile time. So once again, that was 30-2. Miss Mass Appeal, the daughter of Muscle Mass, leading it by a length and a half. Calix has gotten a little bit closer, is right on the leader's back. 3 lengths off the lead is Emmy Laurel in third. Off stride in fourth went Kanagami Bellini. And so looking to advance up a spot will be Stormont Fried Boy. 3/4 was 131-1. Top of the stretch here. And let's see if Miss Mass Appeal can close it out. Contending now with Calix on the outside. It's Calix and Miss Mass Appeal. Emmy Laurel watches them there in third. Into fourth, Stormont Fried Boy taking the lead with a 16th to go. Calix a short advantage, getting away now on Miss Mass Appeal, who will finish in second. Emmy Laurel through the wire third, and Stormont Fried Boy into fourth. At the wire, it was Calix to win it in 2:02 flat. Fifth qualifier today is lined up behind the starting gate. Scratch number 2, DA Superglow. 1, Coastline, Bob McClure. 2 is out. 3, Tell Laura I Love Her, Steve Germain. 4 is Wicked Prince, Billy Davis. 5, Pac-Man Hanover, James McDonald. 6, Grit and Grace, Jody Jameson. And 7 is Uncle Shank, Trevor Henry. And they're off and pacing. Grit and Grace follows the car out of there. And Uncle Shank also goes forward. Away from the inside third is Coastline. To that one's wheel is going to be Tell Laura I Love Her, who is followed by Wicked Prince. And the last one, Pac-Man Hanover. Grit and Grace heads out to the early lead, while Uncle Shank can settle there second. Coastline paces into the first turn third. Then in line fourth is Tell Laura I Love Her, going back to Wicked Prince. And the last one is going to be Pac-Man Hanover. 29-1 for the opening quarter. And making her return here this morning is Grit and Grace, the 5-year-old. After a tremendous 4-year-old campaign where she made over $350,000, she leads it up the backstretch, about to hand over the lead, potentially, though, to Uncle Shank, who wants to loop around from second. So those two go stride for stride a little bit here, coming up to the midway point. Back in third is Coastline. Then in line fourth, Tell Laura I Love Her, who is followed by Wicked Prince and Pac-Man Hanover by the half. In 57-4, Uncle Shank looking to clear just as they get into the far turn, and will. So Uncle Shank trying to put things back together here this morning, leads it by a length and a half, and Grit and Grace will get covered up and can sit on Henry's helmet there in second with Jameson. It's about 8 lengths going back to Coastline in third. Fourth is Tell Laura I Love Her. Fifth around the far bend, Wicked Prince and Pac-Man Hanover tracks that rival. Up front, though, a 2-horse breakaway, Uncle Shank and Grit and Grace, and they're by 3/4 in 127 flat. So to the top of the stretch, Uncle Shank and Grit and Grace. We'll see if they square off once again. And Jameson now brings Grit and Grace to the outside, who looks to shoot by. So Uncle Shank trying to respond, and Grit and Grace, and they'll match strides in the final 1/8 of the mile. Well back to the others as Pac-Man Hanover tries to get up into third from Coastline fourth. Coming to the edge of the tote board, Uncle Shank and Grit and Grace. A good square off here heading for home, and Uncle Shank will win it. Grit and Grace will finish in second in a good return, and then well back to the others. Finishing in third was Coastline. Fourth was Pac-Man Hanover. 154-4, 27-4 home over the off-going. Final qualifier today is qualifier number 6. Scratch the 1 and the 7. Brings us down to a field of 5. 2 is PL Stevie. Driver change to Mark McDonald. 3, Zed Athena, Bob McClure. 4, Mona Lishi, James McDonald. 5, Bombproof, Damian McClellan. And 6 is Chip Happened, Daryl Thiessen. Off stride is the 5, Bombproof. Here they come for the 6th. And the raw fan trotting. Let's see who gets out to the early lead. Looks like Mona Lishi will push ahead. Zet Athena to get in front of PL Stevie. Meanwhile, Chip Happen just takes his time, and we'll get over to the pylons there in 4th. And then Bombproof was our breaker before the start and still off stride. So Mona Lishi will get control in her season debut qualifier. Up top by a length and a half from Zed Athena, then PL Stevie 3rd, and 4th is Chipped Happened, and Bombproof is now back on the trot. 30 and 3 was the opening split. It's Mona Lishi into the backstretch, the well-accomplished daughter of Green Manalishi, made over $430,000 last year. This is her 4-year-old season debut. She leads it by 2. Zed Athena follows along in 2nd. She was a 6-figure earner last year. Then 3rd up the backstretch is PL Stevie, and the last one, at least in that pack, is Chip Happened. Bombproof once again is off stride. Coming up to the half in 1 minute and 4/5, and it is Mona Lishi. Mona Lishi leads us onto the far turn. Mona Lishi by almost 2. Zet Athena, 2nd qualifier of the season for her, just went to the back last time. Here, it's a trip up close following the leader. 2 lengths back to PL Stevie, 2nd qualifier of the season for that 4-year-old. Then followed by Chip Happened, who races along in 4th. Bombproof still the trailer. Coming to 3/4, and Mona Lishi will get us to the top of the stretch after a 3/4 clocking in 1:29 and 3. So she stepped it up there. A 28 and 4 third quarter. It's Mona Lishi into the lane. Zet Athena wants to push the leader. Will need to make up 2 lengths, however, with an 1/8 of a mile remaining, and Mona Lishi starts to stretch out the lead. It's Mona Lishi, Zet Athena in 2nd. Battle on for 3rd. Chip Happen comes up on the outside, looking to overtake PL Stevie. Here is Mona Lishi, a good-looking return, a nice season debut, wins it by 5. Finishing in 2nd was Zet Athena. 3rd was Chip Happen, and 4th was PL Stevie. 1:57 and 4 for Mona Lishi.